Is it working? Are we live? I think we're live. I have a fresh cup of tea here. It's late at night. Cool beans. Ooh. Ba-na-now. Da-na-now. Let's move this. How exciting. Is this exciting? I think this is exciting. There's some cool stuff. There's cool stuff every week. I got my big stompy night. I wonder if they're sold out. They were when I went to Games Workshop, they had none. All they're listed as in stock on the web store. But yeah, I've got my boy here. My goodest boy. Look at him. Not made of fragile, heavy resin. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited. He's so angry. He's so good. Because I kind of want this guy, but like it's hard to justify purchasing another knight when I don't really need him. I'd use him. I almost want to like maybe get him for like my world eaters. But I already have like a regular knight I can use for my world eaters. But he would like, I feel like he would be really good in my world eaters. Like thematically, because he's got like the chainsaw and he's got the big flamer, and that feels very world eaters. Like the flamethrower like burns them out of cover, and then the chainsaw chops them in half. He's pretty cool. He's really good. All three are good. I'd say this is my least favorite. But in being least favorite, it's still really good. He's got like a... What, do they all have that? Oh, I don't know if they come with that. Oh, I wonder if he comes with that. I looked at the sprues, but I wasn't looking for a shield. It's got the banner. I don't have an extra one. I had an extra one, but I stuck it on my Baneblade. I have a knight I kicked out of my army, so I can use his shield. And then the knight that's been kicked out of the army can have no shield because it's gonna be a chaos knight anyway. So I'll stick like tentacles there or something. That'll work. But let's look at the news. That's what we're here for. The news. First up, rumor engine. This is where I always like poop the bed. I don't know anything about this. I think there's like a story here. I wonder if they're like, if you read them all, like there's a through line of what's it called? I don't like how part of my OBS is doing weird things. Like a narrative through line. Ooh, look at that. That's interesting. It looks like a dual autocannon, right? Oh, you can't see my mouse anymore. Oh, you can see if I click on the screen. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's like it's like a dual autocannon. Like this is the bottom barrel, this is the bottom barrel, this is the top barrel. And that's like the that's interesting. Don't know what that is. The rumor engine is always a bust because I never know what it goes to. Like if we go to the last rumor engine. Which was this. Is there anything that... Wait, we'll see if anything comes up this coming week that looks right. Massive battles. Look at that. That's so cool. Like so many people live in there, and none of them are happy. An ancient decaying place that bristled with giant hive cities long before it was brought into the Imperial fold during the Great Crusade. And while most of our focus is on gang wars fought in the 41st millennium, now shadowed by the opening of the Great Rift, smog-choked world has been racked by wars for large and small for millennia. Apocryphica. Necromant adventures far back in the distant past for some larger scale gang wars. Huh. In Hive of Blood, we journey back to the lawless age of gang kings. Ooh. This is a time when the rule of the God Emperor of Necromunda was but centuries old, and many still remember the Iron Lords, once masters of that world, as well as the star-spanning empire of the Arrhenius continuity, to which had been the capital. It was a time of great upheaval, carnage, lawlessness. Isn't it just always lawlessness? Ooh, there's like a download. Rules. Is it just story? Oh, it might just be story. Oh, but I think there's like special rules. Following rules are not used in playing Age of the Gang Kings. Oh, so it's like a variation on it. Interesting. Interesting. Necromunda is one of those games I also want to peek at. They have like, I was looking at Blood Bowl. There's at my Games Workshop. I guess there's a Blood Bowl league going on right now. Some guys were setting up to play Blood Bowl when I was there. I couldn't stay long to watch. And they had the vampire team in stock. But I guess I learned that star players aren't really part of your team. They're just kind of like, you have to like use some of the money in how the game mechanics works, and they'll just play for one game and then they're gone. So they're not really part of your team. So that's kind of lame. Although it still, it kind of like makes me not want to play the vampires anymore, but maybe another team, and then like definitely need to customize some models. There's some customization I want to do. It's very interesting though. Let's look at this. Stern Guard and Terminator kits for the fancy Space Marines in the Imperium. I'm so glad the Stern Guard Sergeant has a back banner, because I gave mine a back banner. Oh, and look at that flamer, that double wide flamer. So good. I like the heavy bolter more, so I'm glad I have the Leviathan box. And the combi weapons are good. The way it works out in the Leviathan box is you get 2 bolters and then 2 combi weapons and then a heavy bolter, because the Sergeant has a combi. So you can fire, it's really easy to math out for shooting. It's like 2 combis profiles, 2 bolter profiles, and then 1 heavy bolter, which is fun. Ooh, includes old helmets. Combi. Neat. Another combi. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 combis. Now, this is weird because the current rules is all combis, no matter what they are, whether they're up here in the combi flamer or combi melta or combi plasma. This one here. They're all just the same profile. So why would you bother making more than 5 on your sprues unless you're supposed to still be able to choose them some point in the future? There's that double wide flamer. That's so good. Oh, and there's the heavy bolter. Still comes with a heavy bolter option. That's good. That's good. That flamer's good though. I really like that flamer. I almost want to buy just this flamer dude by himself, but I don't like flamers that much. What is going on? We just started the news. Also, I did get my Imperial Knight. He was waiting for me at Games Workshop because I pre-ordered him. So this boy is mine, as I said at the start of the stream. All we've done now is look at the Necromunda stuff, which is like just lore and a little bit of rules, and then the rumor engine, which I never know. I never know what the rumor engine is. Right now I'm confused by the Stern Guard sprue. That's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 combi weapons is really weird. You're about to finish your Dark Angels? Sweet. I'm about to start my 30k Dark Angels with my with that Lionel Johnson Forge World model. I want to do a little bit of 40k Dark Angels too. Do you have the Lion? Do you have Lionel Johnson for the 40k? He's so good. I like that model so much. I bought it and then like painted it immediately. He's so good. They have this book at my Games Workshop. I kind of want to buy it, but all the rules are useless. But it has a lion on it. He's so good. He's so cool. This looks different than mine, though. I did paint mine a little different. He's pretty cool. All different poses for the sergeant too. Pirate cannon. This is the kick-ass flamer. You see, although all combi weapons use the same profile in game, you still get 2 combi flamers, 2 combi plasmas, and 2 combi meltas. Why go through all the effort if you can't actually like make the use of them? You should get the book boarding action. Isn't the 10th edition boarding action rules free? I believe they're free. You should get the lion. He's so good. His model is amazing. I magnetized it so he can have old man head or the helmet. I didn't paint up the cloaked helmet or the cloaked head. The lion is such a good model. He's so good. Oh, that's a big fist. And here's the Terminator box. Yeah, there it is. The lesser. I like my missile launchers way better. Oh, and there's the chain fist. Cool, cool. Chain fists are so easy. All you need to do is like just get like a chain sword and make it a little shorter. But I don't want my Terminators to have chain fists. There's the flamer. The core rules is 10. Oh, so you still need the 9th books, and then the file on the Warhammer community is just like the where are we here? There we are, right there. Imperial Armor, Legends. Combat patrols. So this is just like updates? I thought this is like the whole combat patrols. Oh no, it's boarding actions. No, it's boarding actions. Yeah, here it is. Oh, you're right, it's just the mustering rules. It's not actually boarding actions. It's just the mustering rules for 10th. Okay, so it's just the updated the updated 2.0 mustering rules, but not actually boarding actions. Interesting. I see. My 3rd squad of Terminators has the assault cannon. Cool stuff. Yeah, I like mine better. I don't really have like pictures on my, I should put like pictures on my computer here. Have them on my phone, which isn't helpful. I don't think I can get them off my phone in any easy or meaningful way. Boarding actions is better than kill team. Ooh. But people like kill team. I like the idea of Terminators and Gravis. I would just run Terminators and Gravis. And just stomp my way. Oh, it's the very bad case. I hate this case. Look at this case. I don't understand how this case is supposed to be good. So they're standing on these. And then these kind of just poke at them. Transporting your armies. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to transfer over 4,000 points of painted Space Marines to armies on parade, but we're going to find that out soon. Robust solutions for larger and small armies. This thing is terrible. Look at it. It's like an Iron Maiden for your Warhammer models, where they all get stabbed and killed. Oh, there's silicone bristles, so they are squishy. I hate this. And it's going to be like $60. I don't like this. I don't like this case. Why can't you just use like their current case? Like this one, the $85 one with the wiggly foam. It gives you 2 layers of wiggly foam. And this stuff's pretty good for standing up models. Like this is like way better than this thing. And this thing holds way more, and this is not a big case. This is a small case. I don't understand why you would buy this thing. I do not like this thing. But okay. We have rules. We're gonna move that tab over there. Yeah, that's a thing. Ooh, hardback release of a book. I don't know Storm of Iron, but this gentleman, he's got one very muscular arm. He's very proud of his gains. He doesn't. Oh, that's a Cataphracti Terminator in the back. That's cool. This guy's very goofy. The Iron Without. I don't read many Warhammer books, mostly just 30k stuff. Fair Nexus. Episode 2, walk around Paradise 3 with exclusive concept art. This is really cool. The problem with the team is that's supposed to be small 40k, but it still uses 8th based rules. Warhammer did a really good video explaining why there's not actually a lot of overlap with 40k and Kill Team. There's 0 overlap for me. I never had much interest in Kill Team. Or any of the skirmish games, really. I don't know. This is like the only thing in Warhammer Plus that's been really interesting looking. Look at that. I love this model. Ooh, look at that. That's cool. Is this like a Thunderhawk they're landing in? Salamanders, Lordmasters, Synchron, Necron, Marksman. There was death marks. Look at the death marks. That's a really nice shoulder right there. That's good flame. And the most detailed view inside a Space Marine cockpit we've ever seen. I like that little hologram that they got. That's cool stuff. You like small games of 40k because it plays a lot different. That's why the boarding actions does look interesting. I almost bought that terrain set, but it's like so expensive. It costs way much money. But I did consider it. Yeah, Fair Nexus looks really interesting. Oh, we can look at the Jump Pack Intercessor kit. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to buy these boys. I already have my full unit of them. This guy doesn't even have 2 plasma pistols in the unit, which you can get. There's 1 plasma pistol. Ooh, there's the jetpacks. There's a sword, there's the other plasma pistol, and the hand flamer. Are they opposite arms for the plasma pistol? No, the same arm. Ooh, power fist. Nice, nice. Jetpacks are a lot of pieces. 1, 2, 3 at least. 4, 5. 5 pieces on those jetpacks. Everyone hates them. I don't hate them. It's just that it's free for me to make 5 of my assault intercessors into these because I already had firstborn jump packs and I've already had assault intercessors. So it's like I made mine not because they were better looking, although they do look good because I do love those chunky backpacks, but just because it was like free. It cost me no money to make them. I don't know. I still do like this captain, though. I already have 4 captains in my army, though. I don't really need another one. Interesting. What are your options, sir? Everyone's mad that he can't have a hammer. Just 3D print the old jetpacks. Interesting. Like I had I've never liked firstborn Marines, but I got like a cheap assault squad like 5 years ago that I've just been harvesting for bits and pieces, and then I just never used the jetpacks, and then it's like, oh, well, I'll just use the jetpacks now. This captain looks really good as Blood Angels, I'm not gonna lie. Blood Angel players are eating good tonight. Very nice. This doesn't look as good. I also like how the cape is totally gonna catch fire. Like maybe if I get this guy, maybe I should paint him, and I should paint the bottom. I should cut up the bottom of the cape and then paint it all black and singed at the bottom, because yeah, that would be funny. Look at this, all this edge highlighting. I don't have patience for that. I just dry brush. Necrons. I gotta work on my Necrons. Other Games Workshop, and I'm like, do I buy another Demon Prince because they have one in stock to put in my Death Guard, or do I buy it for my Slaves to Darkness for Age of Sigmar? But I have Necrons, and they had Locust Heavy Destroyers, like 3 of them, and I'm like, I could buy those, and then I have some more stuff, but I really kind of want to get a what's it called? A Monolith now. I have like around 2,000 points of Necrons, and I think if I get a Monolith, it'll give me some options for building lists. So yeah, I don't know. Ooh, 40 years of Warhammer. The guy that did nothing. All he did was have Mecha Caliban. This guy, he runs Mecha Caliban. The model's pretty cool though. It is very ominous. Big bitey hand. I love this spider model. I own this model. It's so good. Secondhand Necrons. Secondhand Necrons? You're gonna strip Necrons? I wish you the best of luck, because that sounds like misery. The Disco Lord. I love the Disco Lord. Yeah, I love this spider. It's so good. Yeah, he can do nothing. This is what's his name? What's his name? Here we go. Belchior. This is Bellicor for 40k. You already broke a few of the legs. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I do not envy trying to strip Necrons. Trying to strip Necrons sounds like a new form of torture. You'd have to be like super gentle with them. Are they the new Necrons or the older Necrons? Well, Bellicor is in 40k. You're not wrong. But like you never see him in 40k. Like he's at least second place in Sigmar, where he's supposed to be, but he's like 15th place. Like how many people know? Like if you showed him Bellicor and you're like, did you know that there's a Primaris dude on the base? Like you can do that? Like how many people actually know that? Not many, I don't think. He is not used in 40k very often. Do they have the Demon Prince in stock on the web store? There's a couple models I want for this army. I want this. I want a chariot. They don't have chariots in stock though, which makes me sad. Uh-oh, he's out of stock online. He was at my GW and I didn't buy him today. I didn't buy him. It's also crazy that the Soul Grinder is usable in the Sigmar. This model is like 1 billion years old. This is like one of their first attempts at like a big plastic model. and it's not good now. It was interesting back in the day. I don't know. Okay, so I don't know what the lore is for Be'lakor and Vastor. Vastor, I know Vastor's lore. So Vastor's lore is, he took Caliban, and then the parts of Caliban, and like brought them all together with evil robot bits to make Mecha Caliban, and then they tricked the Dark Angels with the Rock, which is the chunk of Caliban that they are in, and it has something in the core, and he stole the thing that was in the core of the Rock and put that in Mecha Caliban, and then he flew Mecha Caliban back into the warp. So he's flying around in Mecha Caliban. As for what Belchior is doing in 40k, it's nothing. He's not doing anything. He never does anything. But that model's pretty cool. I like that model. Oh, so if you haven't got the Lionel Johnson, are you going to get this Lionel Johnson? Because I'm not. Because I bought one Joy Toy model. It's a Imperial Fist Blade Guard veteran, and his arm broke off immediately. And I will never buy another Joy Toy ever again. I was talking about Be'lakor doing... Oh, so it was kind of like... So they're using Be'lakor and they're like, oh no, wait, let's just use this new guy instead. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, part of me wants to get this guy, but I'm not buying another Joy Toy model. Mine broke immediately. And I hate that it broke immediately. He looks good though. I gotta finish painting my... I have Guilliman 2. All that gold trim though. Oh, I hate it. Like I said, I have gray Space Marines, and I kind of want to paint up a little bit of Dark Angels and a little bit of Ultramarines, so when I'm running my army as Dark Angels, or I'm running my army as Ultramarines, so I can use the Primarch, I want to have like a few Ultramarine models with him, so it's like Guilliman and some Ultramarines showed up to work with my army, or the Lion, excuse me, the Lion and some Dark Angels showed up to work with my army. So yeah, my Ultramarine paint scheme is blue and then non-oil. And then I'm done. US Open. This is your last chance to get tickets for the Open Series. Imagine doing this. Imagine actually flying out and playing 40k. I mean, I can make an army. I have enough painted Space Marines, fully painted. I could participate. I'm not gonna. How much are your tickets? I don't want to click things. I'm scared to click things. That's cool. I'm not gonna do it though, because then you gotta fly somewhere and get time off work, and I have no plans to do that. But that's cool. I also don't know the rules for the game. I'm not very good at the game. I've been trying to learn the rules. You're trying to get to Adepticon. I've heard cool stories about Adepticon, but I almost want to go to Adepticon just to buy shit. That's very fancy. This reeks of being very expensive. Maybe we'll click this. We'll just hide this. Okay, everything looks safe. So 40k, it's 100, starts at 135. Whoa, up to 250. So, oh, you get Age of Sigmar 40k event manager, drink tumbler. So that's 235. And the regular one, I just get you in, I guess. Yeah, that's So I guess the regular just gets you in, and the premium ticket gets you the extra stuff. So if you're whether a casual player or a grizzled veteran, this 8-round, 3-day tournament for up to 400 players, carefully crafted for different skill levels. My skill level being 1 out of 100. Player pack. Standard pack includes your admission to the 40K tournament, along with great player swag bags. So you get some cool stuff. Mystery cards, mystery Warhammer pin, a lanyard, $10 in store credit at the Warhammer store at the event. That's cool because I think they have some Forge World stuff there too. Don't know that 100% sure, but they might be. So that's $135. That's pretty cool. You spend $250, you get the minis, drink thing, random faction dice, lanyard, you get lanyard up there. $10 venture, you get that up there too. Drink coupons, Citadel paint handle, a soft four-sided home for your luckiest dice. What? Like a case? Mystery pin badge, card deck. That's pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. But then you still have to buy a hotel. You still got to get a hotel and a flight. Ugh, it's too much. It's cool though. It's pretty cool. I won't lie, it's pretty cool. $50 if you just want to get into the painting class. It's pretty cool. Way too much. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, the local convention I go to cost me like 100 something to get in. And then just under 100 for the smaller one I go for one day. And you get to play a bunch of games. So I don't know. Like I said, that's just $200 and something to get in. That doesn't include my flights from where I am to there. So I have to get flights to Florida, which aren't super cheap, especially if you're going to book them now, like immediately. So it's not realistic. It's cool though. But I think I'd rather go to Adepticon. Yeah, but college books are stupid expensive for like no reason. Everyone says college books are a scam, and I believe it. But that's cool. Kill Team Meta Watch. So I guess this is updates to Kill Team. I do like these guys right here. Don't know much about Kill Team though. I guess there's like new mission cards. That's cool. Definitely never gonna play with Kill Team. Never gonna play this game either. Little tiny dwap pods. Ooh, so cute. Ooh, look at the missiles. That's good stuff. Build 4 pods in either configuration. That's cool. Much like Legion's Perilous Selves, so it's coming out soon. Definitely not gonna play it. It's cool though, but I do not have any interest in starting a tiny army. I'm just gonna paint like actual 30k blood Dark Angels. Oh, what's this? Heroes. This is interesting. So I did get to peek, what's it called? Auspex Tactus did a full review of the, Michigan is close to Adepticon. Auspex Tactus did a full review of the Codex, and the Ancient is not locked to this unit. You can just have a solo Ancient running around, which is good, because I have a solo Ancient. But these guys are just like one squad. It's a new squad comprised of all these dudes. And I do not want this squad. The Ancient is pretty cool. I like the current one I have though. I like my Ancient better. It's a good model though, don't get me wrong. The Champion is kind of boring. Like, he's kind of boring. Heavy bolter dude. Who cares? Some guy with a robo arm. I'm sorry, who cares? Captain with plasma pistol and power fist. Yes, please. That's the loadout of the store, Captain. So every time this gets remade, my store anniversary kit remains legal. Garbage. I finished mine, by the way. Mine looks good. I haven't finished painting him, though. Should get some photos. Also, when I was making him, I was like, do I give him a Stormbolter or do I give him a combi weapon? And then someone on the Discord, the Warhammer Discord's like, oh no, they're not going to take away his combi weapon. Guess what they did? They took away his combi weapon. He doesn't have a combi. So I'm glad I kept the Stormbolter on him. And then we got the pre-orders, Forge World pre-orders. This guy's up for pre-order. We looked at him last week, I do believe. He's pretty cool. These helmets are beaky helmets, so they're not my favorite. Why did the chaplain look so bad? I don't know. And he's so expensive. I paid 14 bucks for my chaplain because I just bought a Leviathan Terminator, and then I used bits from my bitbox to make him. And he looks amazing. And he cost me $14, and this is $53. And he looks like the poopy. I don't think I have a way to easily show my chaplain. Do I have an easy way to show my chaplain? I don't have an easy way to show my chaplain. Yeah, 53. Unless I can put it in my community post. Oh, my community tab. How do I post to my community tab? Wait a second. We gotta switch counts here. Who would pay for that? I know. This is why I don't like him. Create post. Oh, there we go. And then there's my chaplain. Next. And next. My chat. My best dude post. All right. Just give me a second here. Let's hide the edge. Community. Save image as desktop. Unnamed. Close that. Edge comes back. Where is unnamed? You. Wait, where'd he go? Oh, there it is. I found him. Boop. Look at him. See this boy? This boy is $14. And then like a bunch of bits from my my bit bag. So $14 for this chaplain, or $53 for this chaplain. 53, 14. I know he does look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how he turned out. And he's just like a regular Leviathan Terminator. He's the exact same size. He's the exact same pose as like the other one. But I drilled a hole through his power fist to give him a big ass Crozius that he swings at you with a power fist. I stuck some things on his shins to make him stand out. I used the other helmet that came with my Tech Marine because it looks kind of like a skull. And then this top part is from my the character from the Age of Darkness that I didn't use because I didn't want to use that model. But yeah, he's because I don't like this model. This model is not a good model. But yeah, now we're in this. This is more story for Dawnbringers. I have no idea what's going on in Dawnbringers, but it's pretty cool if you want to read it all, I suppose. I really got to work on my Age of Sigmar stuff, my Slaves to Chaos stuff. Oh, we see some jump pack dudes painted by the community. Look at that Blood Angel. He's so good. This Lamenter's okay. I just don't like the yellow. Oh, that's a space wolf. He's pretty cool. Oh, I gotta move my screen a bit here. Look at that. That's cool. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Oh, look at this guy. Ooh. This is a Black Templar. Oh wow. This guy is very super serial. I don't do 3D printed stuff. I just use Games Workshop stuff. No 3D printing stuff for me. Look at this guy. This guy's good too. That's a good salamander. What is this? This hurts. I gotta make it go away. It actually literally gave me a headache. Oh, that guy looks good. Something about the way those colors interact does not work good for my brain. Those are some really good salamanders. Salamanders look really good. When you got good painted salamanders and you do a really good flame effect on them in places, it's really good. Those guys look good. They look tactical too. These are using kits from using bits from the one of the Phobos kits, because it's got the Phobos shoulders. It looks like almost just like Phobos guys with jetpacks. Ultramarines, they're really clean, very well painted. Some more Blood Angels, they look good. A mix of dudes. This guy at the green trim looks good. Those are some nice models, except for that one that hurts my brain. I don't want to scroll up because I don't want to see it again. Plushies. I kind of want this guy. I kind of like this guy. This guy's pretty good. I do like this boy. Certain Warhammer stores, the Games Workshop store, and select partners. And the Gryph-hound's a little later. The Gryph-hound looks a little rough, I'm sorry. He looks good too. Please get the goblin. I do want to get him. I do want to get this grot. This looks like a good grot. Nurgle's like cute, but not cute. I can't stand the organs. It's kind of, but the grot's pretty good. He looks like he has a very big butt. I don't think he could stand up if his life depended on it. I am tempted to get that grot. It all depends on how much it is, though. I don't think they name a price here. That's because like the price differs per region, right? This is a Spanner grot. Black Library pre-orders. Something's going on with what's his name? Call. Yeah, Belsarius Call. And then Fabius Bile. No good's gonna come from that. Wrath. Oh, Flesh Terrors. Scary. Eisenhorn. Oh, these are just books that are in different languages now. That's cool. I'm gonna read, what's it called? Mortal Engines. I bought like a box set with all the Mortal Engines books. I never cared about the movie. The trailer looked good, but apparently the books are really good, so I want to read those. That's probably next up. Pre-orders. We all know the pre-orders. Unlike the Knight, which I pre-ordered immediately, I have not pre-ordered this book. I'm sure I'll be able to get it. I did look at pre-ordering this, but it was already sold out, and that's fine. I don't need it. I will not be pre-ordering these boys. You like Call. Did you read Call's 30K books? Where he shows up in 30K, where he's like the dude that can do everything. Not pre-ordering that. Not pre-ordering this. I do kind of want it though, but I'm not in a rush, so that can wait. These guys are cool. Like, part of me wants to get them, but I'm not gonna. At least not right away. Definitely not getting these guys. Never gonna buy these boys. Why? Because I already have 3 units of Terminators. I don't need more Terminators. Not gonna buy these boys, but I have some painted up. I'm happy. Another lieutenant. I have 1 lieutenant in my army and I kit bashed him. The Brutalis Dreadnought. I did want to get, excuse me, I did want to get this. Probably not going to get it because I have 4 Dreadnoughts in my army. Maybe if I see it in store, I might pick it up. But I gotta get my stuff painted for November. Desolation Squad. Not going to buy these boys. Not buying that box. Might buy this. Definitely not buying that. Already own that. Well, see, you have to understand this about me, and I never liked Space Marines. I started playing this game, not 40k. I started playing Warhammer in 99, 2000. And then my first 40k army was Tau when they were brand new and just released. When they were a new faction that never existed before. That's when I started playing 40k in Tau. And then I tried making a Space Marine army, but I just didn't, because there's some models I like, and then I'm like, ugh, and then I just kind of like didn't care about Space Marines until Primaris. And then Primaris is like, oh, I love it. What do you think of new Space Marine rules? My army's all Primaris, so I'm happy because nothing happened to my army. Unfortunately, because I only started collecting Primaris right before, like I only really started my Space Marine army at the end of 9th edition. I'm literally completely unaffected by this. Except for my Contemptor Dreadnought technically lost rules, but he's armed with an assault cannon and a power fist. And there's rules for just a regular ass Dreadnought. So I can just run him as a regular ass Dreadnought with assault cannon and power fist. I mean, what's my opponent gonna say? He's easier to hit because I can't hide him because he's taller? Like, people will complain if your model is smaller than the one they're expecting because you can hide it easier. But if your model is bigger and easier to shoot at, I don't think they're gonna care that much. There's still 1 box knot. Like I said, there's still 1 box knot, and my army has 1 box knot with missile launcher and las cannon, and my Contemptor can be run as a box knot. It's the same base, it's the same weapon loadout. So technically my army is like unaffected because most of it's Primaris. 4 Primaris Dreadnoughts. Like, you still have box knots. Box knots are still a thing. But yeah, I'm pretty much unaffected by the rule, so I'm happy. Like I said, my army is so up to date with Primaris. I had jump intercessors built and painted sitting in my display cabinet before the models even released, because I'm using the firstborn jump packs. Ooh, Sunday preview. I also there's so many Sigma armies I want to start. I have a ton of Stormcast. I feel like I should just paint up a whole mess of them and then get them on the table. I got my slaves I want to work on. I kind of want to get those orcs now because those big pigs are cool. And Lumineth have always looked good. I really liked Lumineth. I was kind of on the fence about High Elves in Fantasy. This skeleton set, I have this. I don't have their cards, but I have those skeletons. I should paint them up. They look so good. Cool. There's just a bunch of models. Ah, Stormcast are so cool, man. I have so much Stormcast. I should paint them. Where's the Lumineth? Is there not Lumineth? Should I try out Age of Sigmar? The lore is good. I think the lore is good in Sigmar. Sigmar's got good lore. And the game is pretty good too. Ooh. I want to see the Lumineth. Huh. I've also never played Underworlds. I've played it like in the store demo. This game is pretty good. I like the feel of this game. I just don't have anyone to play with. Underworlds is cool. Armies on Parade. Oh, and I asked it in my Games Workshop. Apparently they'll have the date for when Armies on Parade is going on. So I can book that day off. So I can take my Space Marines up. Look at that. Look at that table. Look! I love that. The Eldar Knight thing. That's the end of 7th edition. When Eldar are broken, I faced someone who had 2 of these and then like a few Eldar models against my sister's army, which had an Imperial Knight, and I was wiped off the table by turn 2 by just the 2 Titans. The Age of Sigmar lore is not as good as the old fantasy lore. Well, that's because the old fantasy lore had like decades more time to grow, and Sigmar is not as old as this fantasy. Unfortunately, fantasy was a bad game. I was there at the end. It sucked. I did not miss it when it went away. They're like, so we're removing this game, and I'm like, okay. No one buys it or plays it. That was my first ever Warhammer game, was fantasy, and I was not surprised to see it die. But Sigmar is good. I like Sigmar. I should gotta play it more. Look at those orcs. They're so good. Oh yeah, I was looking for a date. Submission for Army Parade between the 16th and 1st of November. So I guess I should find out from the 16th. Terrain. Armies on Parade FAQ. Armies held globally, categories via email. Okay, so I can also, because in Armies on Parade in store, you take your army to the store, you can show it off, but I guess you can also take a photo and send it up. So I'll probably do that too. Just to rank style when the elves somehow lock up the whole Chaos God. Oh, see, this tells me some. Okay, so the elves locked up Slaanesh because Slaanesh was having I ate too many elves nap. And there's some really interesting stuff going in there, because like the elves are like, all the leaders of the elves are like, okay, you take an elf, and then you take an elf, and then you take an elf. But then Marathi is like, when she reaches in to take her elf, she grabs like 5. And she's like messing things up for everybody. And then of course Slaanesh gets loose. Either has gotten loose or is sent out there, it's their herald. But for the Stormcast can't die. Well, haha. So interesting story is Stormcast may not be dying, but they're also not exactly staying normal. Every time they're reforged, things are not exactly great for them. They're becoming like different ones. Some of them are becoming more and more detached. Some of them are like coming back with like not mutations, but basically mutations, because they're like not chaos mutations, but they're, yeah, a Stormcast dying and then coming back is actually becoming more and more problematic for them. It's actually kind of interesting. The Stormcast lore is actually kind of interesting. Like there's this one guy in Stormcast, he's always just like glowing and giving off lightning energy because he's just broken now. And they're like losing memories, and oh, it's actually kind of interesting. But then there are other armies if you don't wish to partake in the Stormcast. Stormcast are just the Space Marines of Sigmar. You don't have to play as them. And unlike 40k, where Space Marines are the only army that gets model support, they're actually putting up models for the other things. Like Orcs just got that update. So it's good stuff. You should play. You should pick an army. You should head on over here, and you should give yourself a good old look of the armies. Got all these alliances here. You should pick one out. You should play them. I'm really heavy in the slaves because I'm doing basically old world army. I found a ton of the old world warriors of chaos, like the not the old sculpts, but like the newer sculpts that happened pretty close to the end times that can still rank up. I got those old warriors. I have Archeon. I bought, when he was made to order, I bought the metal Archeon on horse. He's going to be my general as Lord of Chaos on demonic mount. I have the old resin, because he used to be metal, Chosen of Chaos, who's going to be leading my Chosen models. I have the new Chosen models because they're bangers. I got a mix of the new knights and the old knights. It's I don't know, Slaves Darkness, I'm making it very, very fantasy stylized. Like, my army will look like you could rank them up and play them in the old world, even though they're all going to be on a round basis. That's kind of where I'm going with those guys. I just need to, like, you know, actually get my button gear. I should probably dig into my old stuff. I think I have like a Dark Elf chariot, an old metal Dark Elf chariot that I could convert into a Sigmar Slaves to Darkness chariot pretty easily. I should do that. Okay, so I should read this. We're gonna put this in the cool stuff we saw today in the description of the stream here. Save that so I can come back here, because I want to take my army to the store and show it off, but I also want to do this photo thing. I have like a nice board. I ordered the a second. I don't think it's available to order anymore, actually. I think it's over. There was the it's in the news. We can just scroll back to pre-orders. Yeah, here we go. This. I did end up ordering one of these, so I have 2 of these. That's fine if you don't like the Age of Sigmar lore. I don't care about the new old. Yeah, but the older world lore is gonna be weird because it's set 300 years before end times, so it's gonna cover different dudes doing different things. Like, you're still gonna have the same Tomb King characters, which is one of the reasons why I think Tomb Kings are gonna be one of the launch. And then Bretonnia is gonna have different named characters because it's 300 years before end times. But like the Lady of the Lake and the Green Knight are still gonna be things that are gonna be. But like, there's gonna be no Archeon, I'm assuming, because it's 300 years before. There's gonna be no Grimgor Ironhide. Some of the dwarf characters might still be around. The elf characters will still be around. I'm gonna play Tomb Kings though. I have like just under 2,000 points of unbuilt Tomb Kings. But yeah, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna paint it up. I have the old plastic Realm of Battle. I'm gonna set that all up. Maybe I'll take some photos, send those in. I might not do all my points. Oh, but my basing won't match that. Interesting. I might have to do something else for the basing, because I realize my army basing won't match because I have sand bases. Oops. Okay, don't worry. I can still use those towers though. It's all good. I have till the 16th to figure this out. Oh, that means I gotta get on my Thunderhawk and get it painted. Oh, I don't want to paint my Thunderhawk, but I do. It's hard. Thunderhawks are big. It's hard to paint Thunderhawks. All right, what is this character here? What are you? Oh, it's Necromunder. Necromunders. Gangs out of sight and enslaved witches to battle as free hired guns. She looks very angry. Oh, what are these creepy robo things? Who doesn't want a Thunderhawk? Well, who wants... I had to strip my Thunderhawk and then repaint it. She's pretty cool. You've been loosened under high breaths. Gangs, allies. This is cool. Like, I'd like to take her in an army of Escher, I think it's called. House Escher. Oh, Escher has the jet bikes? I didn't even look. I didn't even notice it's Escher on the jet bikes. Oh, that's cool. I kind of want to get this box though. If I did 40k R orcs, I would get this box and put orcs on them and use them as death copters. Because that'd be hilarious. It is a jet bike. I knew these. I didn't know they were Escher though. I knew they existed, but I didn't know they were Escher. This is what I don't understand about Necromunda. Necromunda. Is they're getting so many vehicles now. Like you have the jet bikes now, and then you have these Outriders, you have the Mauler, you have the Ridge Hauler, these Spider Bug Rider guys. And then there's those new jetpack guys that are on pre-order. They're gonna be out of stock because they just came out. There's like so many vehicles. How do they have them? I don't know, they just have them. Even the Space Marines can't have these. But gangs get jet bikes. Space Marines, no. They got plasma. They have twin-linked plasma on this one. That's insane. These look like grenade launchers. I don't know what that is, like an autocannon or something? No, I know. It's like the one Dark Angel jet bike and then the Custodes. And then if you go in 30k, that's when you get the bikes. Which I do want. Yeah, these boys. I like these. These are good bikes. I don't know, she's pretty cool. I do like that model. Should we down the store for your... So this is the free mini of the month. I don't need him. Unless I wanted to like... Well, you know what? Actually, getting one of these would allow me to swap out one of my combi weapons with another bolter. Which, depending on what my army I'm fighting is, it might be good. The Crux Terminatus coin. I want this. 7th of October. You have to spend X amount of money to get it. I can just buy some stuff. The minis are cool. It doesn't fit the lore. I don't know. They're pretty scrappy looking bikes. It might fit the lore. I don't know Necromunda lore. I just don't understand how gang warfare now has vehicles. It's like becoming like 40k for civilians, but gangs. Warhammer Day is coming. Ooh, what's this? 14th of October. Oh, right, something's happening. You've seen 40 historical models. Some of them questionably historic. Don't know why Vashtor was in that list, but okay. She's the model. Probably get that. new books, new miniatures for Warhammer 40,000 and Age of Sigmar, new box and faction for Kill Team, meh, probably Space Marine Scouts, and big news for Warhammer the Old World. Like what? The release date? See, I was gonna start working on my Tomb Kings, but then they're like, yeah, we're changing the base sizes of some models, and I'm like, well, then I'm not gonna work on my Tomb Kings. They're gonna sit in their boxes and wait until I know what bases to put them on. Plus, I will be buying new Tomb King stuff. She does look cool. I still haven't. I should get. You know what? I'm off tomorrow. Maybe I should go because I have to go to the store. I have to go to the store tomorrow to buy food. Maybe I'll go to my local hobby store that's not Games Workshop and see if they have a copy of the 8th or 9th edition Leagues of Votann book, because I would like to read that lore. Should probably do that. So yeah, reveals on the 14th. So on the calendar, that means next week's Monday Warhammer, we will be talking about it. Right? No, we won't be talking about it because it'll be the 9th. So next week we won't be talking about it. But the week after, when I do a stream on the 16th, we'll be talking about it. That's assuming I do a stream on the 16th. I don't see I won't be. Oh, and maybe we'll find out when this Age of Darkness box set comes out with the Mark III. I'm really unhappy about that box set. How far back is that box set? I wish to complain about the box set, so we're going to go back and look at it. Am I going to live stream it? Probably not. I'm going to work probably. If I don't work, I do not promise anything. I'm just going to assume no, though. Unfortunately, it's safest to assume no. Because if I'm working, I can't, obviously. Yeah, this box. So what angers me about the box, this box, is this is going to exactly be how all the Space Marine releases are. This box is going to come out. It's going to be limited run. It's going to be the only way to get the new Mark III and the plastic Dorado. The plastic Dorito. The only way to get to the plastic Dorito is going to be that box. And then it's going to be like 5 months later before you can buy this guy separately. And you know how I know that? Because if we go back to the pre-orders this week, 5 months ago, the box with this boy came out. And these boys. That was like 5 months ago, if not more. And only now are you going to be able to buy them separately. So the plastic Dorito is months away. Months away. So if I don't get the box, and the box is going to be like, what, $200? I don't get the Dorito. They do it every box. The only box they don't do it with, no, even the starter set box they do it with. The only box they don't do it with is the Horus Heresy starter box. Is this box. The Agent, and everyone thought they were going to do it with this box. But then they just kept selling this box. Like, anyone who buys the rulebook and a Spartan, I'm sorry, but if you're buying a rulebook and a Spartan and the Terminators, like, all of this is an obscene deal. If you're starting out in Heresy, you buy this box. It has your rulebook. It doesn't have your army rulebook. You still need to buy one of these two. But this has a transport. It has a dreadnought. It has Terminators. 10 Terminators. So many troops. 2 HQ models. You can use them differently. Like, one can be your Praetor. Like, if we look at him here. This guy could just be your champion. You could use this boy as your, like, champion. Can you, like, not have that horrible thing on your face? So he can be, like, just the champion. console, or he can be your Praetor, and this guy can be your champion console or your Praetor. Also, this is where I got the back, because I'm going to use this guy as my my Dark Angel's Praetor, and I didn't want him to have this, and he's going to have a Mark III helmet. Yeah, I don't know. I like I've never actually I started interest in Horus Heresy with book 8, and I was gonna do Thousand Suns, and I never did anything. And then I was gonna do Imperial Fists, and then I started to paint them, and I can't do yellow. Yeah, I don't like Mark 6 either. I hate it. I love Mark 3. I have a bag right here, somewhere nearby me. I have a bag of Mark 4 Marines I bought used, and I'm gonna tear off 3 of their heads and put them on these bikes, because the resin version of these bikes were Mark 4, and then they made them Mark 6. But just swapping out the heads is all you need to do. So I'm gonna replace their heads with Mark 4 heads. I need this. In fact, the only thing I see, that's the thing, I don't want that box, because all I need is the Legion's Skyhunter Squadron, and I need a Dorito. I just want the Dorito. Just give me my plasma Dorito, please. I beg of you, my plasma Dorito. Why must you be like, I'm going to own this boy in July of 2024. That's when I'm going to own this model. It's so sad. Why did they make it Mark 6? Because that was just the newest Mark they made. And then it became the poster boy. Because you got to remember, Mark 4 came out, and there's a reason why I own 100 copies of Mark 3. Okay? I own 100 copies of the Mark 3 armor for a reason, and I'll tell you why. Mark 4 came out not as a Horus Heresy product. It came out as a board game. Everyone forgets this. And then that went out of print, and then they came out with the Burning of Prospero with book 8. And that had the Mark 3. And it had Mark 3. It had Tartaros Terminators. It had the Custodes and the Sisters of Silence. And then Custodes only became an army with book 8. And they were broken, so in book 9 they got another army list that wasn't broken. But everyone wanted the Burning of Prospero box for Custodes, which there was only 5 of, for Sisters, which there was only 5 of, and for Tartaros Terminators, which there was only 5 of. And then there was like 30 Mark III. So Mark III were on eBay for pennies. 4 pennies! So I bought so much Mark III. So much. I have 70 Mark III models unbuilt, new on sprue right now. And I have like 30 built without guns, ready to hold Volkites. It's like I have so much Mark III. Because I paid like $25 for 10. Because people were like buying boxes of Prospero, and they're like, we need to get rid of all these Mark III. Because people wanted Mark III, but then the market was saturated because it was the only way to get Custodes. And then, not long after Burning of Prospero, a couple of months after that, they released all the individual boxes. So you could buy a box of Custodes then, and you could buy a box of Sisters, and you could buy a box of Mark III, and a box of Tartaros and stuff like that. And then the Mark III dried up and now they're all gone. But that's why I own so much Mark III. Because it was cheap. And I love it. I love Mark III. I love how, like, I just love it. It's my favorite. So, yeah. Like I said, all I need is the bikes and a Dorito. And I'm not going to get the Dorito for months. For months. And I'm angry. And I have it right here. My Horus Heresy Libra Astartes in my hand right now. You can hear me slap the book. That's the book. Here, I've got bookmarked the page for Lionel Johnson, 460 points. The first Primarch, the Lion, the Son of the Forest, Primarch of the Dark Angels. And I own that model. In 30K and 40K. I don't see, spoiler, I don't like Mark 6 and I don't like Mark 4 because they just look like modern Marines. They just look like 40K Marines. So, but the Mark 4 helmets are better than the Mark 6 helmets, and I can't put Mark 3 helmets on the bikes because those are, even if I replace the shoulders on the bikes with Mark 3 shoulders, it's still not Mark 3s on those bikes. But at least with Mark 4s, I'll be happier. So I'm gonna get this coin. I'm gonna own this coin. I have the Terminator coin I own. I have the collectible Terminator coin. Where is it? I don't know. It might be in my bag. I hope I didn't lose it. But I do want this. Oh, I guess that's it. Unless there's anything else interesting. I don't think so. Anything cool in the Forge Worlds? It's a good coin. Boom. Adaptable Custodes. I have this model here. This boy. I own him. I have this model here. I have this one. And where's the machine? Oh, and I have this. I think I have 2 sets of this. I think I can make 10 Sagittarius. I have to make them though. Oh, and when I was at Games Workshop today, there was someone who was playing Custodes. He had the same models I had, but he also had this guy. He's pretty cool. I don't know what I'd give him though. The fist is really cool though. I like that fist. I'd probably give him the fist and this gun, if I'm gonna be honest. And that's only based on the look of the weapons. Have you seen the new? Or not the new. Oh, I own this model too. I have this model. This is mine. I own this. This model is miserable. This model's half plastic. Let me show you some outright nonsense. So, see this model? Half the sprues for this model come with this model. It's half this, half resin for this. It is half resin, half plastic, and it is miserable to build. I hated every second of it. This was awful. Awful model to build. But these side guns here, right here, these side guns, those side sponsons, you don't use those, and they came with the extra plastic bits. So I used those to make new heavy bolters for my Thunderhawk. But yeah, that model sucks, but it's nice. It's nice that it's done. I have, for my Horus Heresy, oh, here's the new Thunderhawk. It's cool. I like my Thunderhawk though, because I own it. I have a Sakaran. I have the plastic one, but I have it in resin. I have a resin Contemptor. I have 2 of these. I have 2 of these for my Dark Angels. $83 each, and I bought 2 of them. I have 2 of those. I want this, but I'm not going to buy it, but it looks so good. It's Mark III. Dorito. Look at that. It's $47 for just the guns. You have to buy the missile launchers and the body separately still. I have 2 of these. It's out of stock. I almost bought this, but I decided to go with the Thunderhawk. I'm like, I have a Thunderhawk. The Thunderhawk actually carries dudes. This thing is crazy. This model, first off, it's $1,900. But what can you do with this model? What can you do with this model? Well, let me tell you what you can do with this model. Okay, it's not here, but you can store Rhino inside this model. 50 Space Marines, Dreadnought, or even a Rhino. And the model is physically big enough that the back opens up. It doesn't show the back, but the back opens up and you can drive a Rhino into it. You can literally put a Rhino inside this model. I wonder if we look at Warhammer Community, we can find it. Why are you giving me like 2023 articles? None of this does not have. It's because I have the word Legion in there. What if I did that? Okay, there's nothing. But yeah, you can drive a Rhino up the back of this thing. It is enormous. They used to have a picture of a Rhino going inside it. What if I can find it? Let's hide the edge. Perfect. 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 Look at that. It's a Rhino. It's a literal Rhino driving out of the back of a flyer. So grab your nearest Rhino and picture something that makes it look like a tiny little toy. It's a big boy. One might even hazard a guess at it is the biggest boy. Yep. That's a crazy model. Never gonna own that model, but that's fine. I don't want it. I do not want. I have nowhere to put that model, so it's all good. But yeah, these things. I chose this one because it's not broken. The mortar apparently is really good. In fact, it might be sold out. The laser destroyer is good. That's why it's sold out. The mortar's not. Is it up here? Maybe the mortar got nerfed. There's the mortar. But like the bolter one, no one likes is like, oh, this is the broken one. So that's why I got it. So I have 2 of these. And it just puts like a ton of shots. You just have these 2 guys walking with it, and it comes with Mark III. So that's how you know it's good. That's the good stuff. And they have these vampire dudes. But now that I know you can't actually like play with them. They're not part of your team. They're just temporary. It's like, oh, I'm less interested now. The craziest Blood Bowl thing is the dwarf one. The dwarf one is like the craziest. Also, this model is amazing too. And this model. Oh, I love this model here. The glorious sunbloom, summer bloom. Where's that dwarf one though? Yeah, look at this thing. It's the death roller. It's $102. And it's just a dwarf riding a steamroller, crushing a goblin while drinking. I don't know how you use this in Blood Bowl, but it's a Blood Bowl model. How much is the new vampire? $45. He's so much for just a little man. And there's like nothing for Sigmar. Oh, it just takes you to Games Workshop. It just kicks you out of Forge World. Forge World, Age of Sigmar. No, you don't want to be on Forge World, bro. You gotta go to Games Workshop. We don't got nothing here. Ooh, last chance to buy. Oh, because it's 9th edition. Makes sense. Makes sense. Also, this is an ugly plane. I hate this thing. It's too stumpy. I love a stumpy flyer, but it's too stumpy. Okay, you get this sprue. You get this sprue. You don't get that one. You get this sprue you need. Yeah, so the only sprue you don't get is this one. This is the only sprue they don't give you. They give you the entire kit except for this one right here. You don't get this one. You get all the other sprues though to build that resin one. It's hilarious. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's it. That's it. They had no orcs at the Games Workshop. My Games Workshop has no stock. Like my LGS that I go to has way more stock than the Games Workshop store. But that said, neither store has any what's it called? Any Space Marines or any Tyranids. There's no stock of those anywhere. So neither store has those. But like there's way more. Like I can get a monolith at. But the nice thing is, if you go to the Games Workshop, I can go to the store in Games Workshop and then like order a monolith, I believe. Monolith is if it's in stock, I can order it. The croissants. Oh, it's out of stock. You can't even get a monolith. You can't get Trazen. Why would people buy oh wait, can you get Trazen? I love this cube boy. I have this model. Yeah, you can't get a monolith. Or you can no longer get what? Is he getting a new model? Yeah, I want this monolith. I want to get a monolith. I want to get this. See, I remember when Necrons were new, because I played that long. The monolith was way cheaper and it was just a heavy support. So you could take 3 monoliths in an army, no problem. Now a monolith is like triple the price and a Lord of War. So, yeah. And people are selling the old monolith for like almost as much as the new one. Like people bought that thing for like $60 back in the day and they're selling it for like 180. They're making bank. But yeah, I kind of want a monolith. And the new one's really nice. It's got like a lot of texture. And I love the Necron dude coming out of the portal in the front. It's hard to see, but there is a little Necron guy like being constructed and walking out the front. The way the spider though like holds onto the back and curls his tail around kind of gives me the he's kind of like kind of gives me the EBGBs. Yeah, I want a monolith. I want They had 3 of those in stock at my Games Workshop. I want this guy, Shooter McGavin. I want this boy here. I love this model. I guess I'm so mixed. Part of me wants to get this model, but another part of me doesn't want to spend $45 for one dude. And he's push fit. No need for glue. Push fit. No need for glue. $45 please. Thank you. That's too much. Anyways, that's it. That's an hour and 30 minutes. I think this is the longest one yet. And I did it super late because I was busy all day today. Oh boy, we done. That's it for Warhammers. Maybe I should get some photos of my army and maybe I'll show it off next week. Because the week after, in theory, there should be slots to talk about with Warhammer Day, so we'll see. But yeah, that's it. I thank you all for watching. And I hope you have a most wonderful evening. Farewell.